Hey, today I'm going to do a quick comparison between these three cat water fountains, show you everything you need to know, pros and cons of each, and overall which one I prefer. So we have the Aoogitf 2.2 liters, the Papifeed 2.5 liter, and this Papifeed 3 liter. And here's our cat O'Malley, who's playing with his toy right now. So I'm going to show all the different features that come with it. So first off, let's talk about what it comes with. So this Papifeed 2.5 liter comes with 2 additional filters, a sponge that is for the pump, and this brush and a little silicone tube which connects the pump to the spout. Now this Papifeed comes with 2 additional filters as well, and a sponge and a brush for cleaning it. And then this Aoogitf doesn't come with any additional filters or anything like that. So there's something you'd have to purchase yourself. Now the setup process is very similar for all of them. What you want to do is soak the filter for about 5 minutes, and then you'll insert it in the spot. So it goes under here, and basically under this layer as well. So very similar. And then you connect the pump to the spout, and then you just fill it up with water and plug it in. So very simple. One thing I'll recommend as well is to wipe everything down. Sometimes there will be a little bit of like fuzziness from the filters or just anything like that. So I kind of just clean it real quick before I pour in the water. Now, talking about filling it up, something I actually do and recommend, instead of taking it to the sink every single time, especially after the first time you fill it up, the first time you can fill it up in the sink, I prefer once you have and you're just refilling it, to just get a cup, fill it up with water, and then pour it in directly through the top, like so. I just find it being a little bit easier and a little bit less messy as well, because when you're taking it to the sink, it can kind of just spill water all over, and the lid is connected to the pump, so it might drip water. So it's a little bit messier, and this is the way that I do it. Now, another thing is the different spouts. This one has a faucet. This is like a shorter spout with a slower flow, and this one is a motion sensor, and it actually doesn't have a spout that sticks out. It just comes through the middle part. This one is unique because it's motion sensor, and it goes for about 6 seconds. That's when that blue light will turn on, and it actually runs on battery. So I'll show you. It runs on 4 AA batteries, which those are not included, so keep that in mind. It also has an option to plug in to an outlet, and it comes with a cord to do that as well, so you have that option. The thing I like about the motion sensor is the fact that it's not constantly running, and it's gonna not drain the batteries as quick. And you also have different settings for it if you wanted to do a timer, but I believe you might need to plug that in for those additional settings. Now, one thing to keep in mind as well is our cat likes to try to lift up the lids. So if he's able to, he'll grab onto the edges and just trying to lift it up. And sometimes that can be messy. And so I like that all of these aren't as easy to take off the lid. Like this one's probably the easiest one because it's separate. So he could just grab on to this edge and lift it up. Whereas these ones, it's like the inner layer, so it's a lot harder for him to grab onto. And so if he does grab onto it and lift it up, it'll spill water. So he's done that a couple times with this one. So that is one of the cons about it, I would say. You also can't see where the water is, how much water is in there, because it's stainless steel, whereas these other ones are clear and you can see where the water level is, which is a nice thing. So you don't really know until you lift up the lid where the water is at, or if it's not going, then you know you need to add more. And these two are constantly flowing, whereas this one is just the motion sensor. Overall, they're all 3 great options. I think I prefer the Papifeed 3 liter as my #1 choice, and then the 2.5 as my second choice, and then the Aoogitf as my third choice.